Hello, and thanks for tuning in to the Swissmar cheese knife education. We'll be learning all about the different cheese knives for the different cheese types. And by the end of today, you too will be a Swissmar cheese knife expert. Let's get into it, shall we? There are two burning questions when it comes to cheese knives. Number one, why so many? Number two, what's their purpose? The reason there are so many different cheese knives is because for every cheese knife, it goes with a different cheese type. Everything from, let's say, a spreadable fresh goat cheese to semi-soft, semi-hard, hard, and very hard cheese types like Parmesan. Swissmar has the cheese knife for every cheese type and for every cheese moment. Getting into what's the purpose, this really comes down to function and cross-contamination. And I'll explain a little bit why. If you were to use, let's say, a spreading knife on, let's say, a Parmesan, that might not work out so well. If you were to use, let's say, a cheese hatchet on maybe a blue cheese, that also really wouldn't work out so well. The cheese would stick, it would get everywhere. So there is a function aspect to it, for the best function and less waste. Another reason for all these different cheese knives is avoiding cross-contamination. There's many components that make up the flavor of cheese, one of them being microorganisms. And by using the same knife on different cheese types, you're actually mixing the microorganisms together, destroying the flavor of both cheeses. For example, you wouldn't use a blue cheese knife on a goat cheese. This would destroy the flavor and defeats the purpose. Now, let's talk about cheese knives and their different functions. Starting off with our spreader. The spreader is an excellent knife for soft cheese. For example, works very well on fresh goat cheese. Moving on over to our soft cheese knife, which is excellent for soft and semi-hard cheeses. It works very well on blue cheese. This knife is more of a multi-purpose knife with the 2 points on the end and the serrated edge. It's excellent for cutting through packaging and various meats. Works very well on soft cheeses due to the holes in the knife, giving the knife less surface area for the cheese to stick to. Next on the list is our moist cheese knife, which is excellent for cutting soft and semi-hard cheese types. Works very well on a soft rind goat cheese. Next on the list is our semi-soft cheese knife, which is suitable for cutting semi-soft and semi-hard cheeses. It works very well on cheeses like Swiss cheese. Next on the list is the universal cheese knife, which is suitable for semi-hard and hard cheeses. It also has 2 points on the end, also sometimes called the presentation knife in the cheese industry. This knife works very well on cheeses like Manchego. Next, we have with us our cheese plane, also known as a cheese slicer. It's suitable for semi-hard and hard cheeses and works very well on full and aged Gouda of around 6 to 12 months. But it can also do harder cheese types as well. Next on the list, we have our cheese cleaver, which is suitable for cutting semi-hard and hard cheeses. This type of knife was designed for cutting cheeses like Comté. Next, we have our hard cheese knife, which is suitable for semi-hard and hard cheeses. It was designed for cutting cheeses like hard cheddar. It's also good for removing rinds, which you can do the same with our cheese hatchet as well. And last but not least, our Parm knife, which is suitable for cutting hard to very hard cheeses. And it was designed for, guess what? Parmesan. As we wrap up, there are 2 more things I'd like to touch on. One is our cheese boards. These are our slate boards, and the slate material can actually maintain temperature. On the table, they can maintain your fridge temperature for hours, keeping the cheese nice and cool. Another thing I'd like to mention is our adorable cheese party picks. This is one of our best-selling items, and one of the reasons people really love them is you can write the name of the cheese right on there. And it avoids people coming up to you at a party asking, what kind of cheese is this? Unless you want them to. So I hope you enjoyed our cheese knife education, talking about all the different cheese knives. And if you forget, don't worry, it's on the back of the retail packaging. You are all now Swissmar cheese knife experts. Thanks again for tuning in, and have a nice day.